Hello there. Extremely delighted to be in touch with you all. The topic today is pain and suffering. Pain could be physical or emotional, but suffering is a negative or adverse reaction to the pain. We don't want the pain. I don't want the pain. I have a negative reaction to the pain. Why me? That is suffering. It is a resistance to pain. Whatever we resist, that persists and that sucks our energy. But pain is very important, is functional, it is needed, it's required for our survival. I'll give you an example. 10 days back, a friend of mine called me and he wanted some financial help because he had to admit his father in the hospital. Because his father is a diabetic and the father used to go for a walk every day. That particular day when he called me, he went for a walk and a nail pierced through his right foot. Because he was a diabetic, his right leg, he was not having any sensation. So he could not sense the pain. And he was bleeding and he was continuing to walk. And when he reached home, his son noticed that. Then immediately he had to be taken to the hospital. See that had he sensed the pain, he could have avoided the losses of blood as well as the situation like this. So pain is very, very functional and important. And we think that pain is very unpleasant, unwanted. Yes, it is creating some inconvenience to us, definitely. But what we should do is, it has come. The pain has come. It's not going to come, it has come. And it has become a reality. Once it has become a reality, the wise thing is to accept. Once you accept what happens, you become a possibility thinker. You will think that what I should do now rather than resisting. Once you resist, you start blaming. He has done that, she has done that, she has not done this, he has not done that. Or you blame yourself. So when you accept, you become a possibility thinker, then you think about the solutions and you take the best solution at this point of time and you take decision. That's the best way to handle pain. But suffering is what, because we feel or judge pain is bad. And we say that so long as the pain is there, I will not be comfortable. It robs me of my contentment. So unless otherwise the pain goes away, I will not be happy. We resist. That is suffering. And we want that the pain should not come at all. That means that my friend's father, what he had to go through, we have to go through that. It's very functional too. Okay? Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. We need to know that. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. We need to appreciate. Why? We need to appreciate pain. Why? It teaches us a lot of things. The best thing we would have learned in our life because of our time of pain. We know what we should do, we should learn, what we should do, what we should not have done, what should we avoid. We learn a lot, but unfortunately we don't recognize the importance of pain. And when others are going through the pain, once we suffered the pain, when we had the pain, it gives us a empathy. We treat them well. We help. We extend our helping hand. That question might come, is it possible to have pain without suffering? Definitely yes. I'll give you an example. Mother in the labor room, during the delivery time, tremendous pain. But the baby is born, there is no suffering, right? On the contrary, she is extremely happy. Pain without suffering is possible. One more example to make it concrete. You have gone to a movie to watch a film. Your favorite actor is the hero. The hero goes through a tough time in the film. He has been beaten up, His mother, father, he lost. He loses them. They die in the movie. His money is taken out. He is going through all pain is inflicted upon him, and you cry in the movie. But after the movie is over, you tell your friend that my favorite hero is acted very well. I have never seen a movie like this. He is one of the best actors, right? So you had the emotional pain, but there was no suffering. On the contrary, you appreciated his acting, right? Then one more question might come is whether the jnani or a realized soul, whether they will have pain. They may not have suffering, but definitely they will have pain, because so long as you have body, you have pain. I'll give you an example. Swami Tadatmananda from him only I am telling this. Swami Nanda's guru is Swami Dayananda Saraswati. So Dayananda Saraswati was about to take a class. Before the class starts, Dayananda Saraswati received a phone. Then immediately after listening to the conversation on the phone, his face changed, he became very sad. But nevertheless, it was the time for the class, so he went to the class and he took the class. After the class is over, Swami Tadatmananda asked Swami Dayananda Saraswati, you received a call and you were sad. What happened? Then Swami Dayananda Saraswati told him, my best friend Maharaja Prasandanam died in a road accident. Then immediately Swami Tadatmananda asked him that, I thought realized soul will not have pain. He said, definitely will have pain. But they will accept it. That's why he accepted it. That's why he immediately could go to the class and took the class very well also. My Guruji used to say that if you accept pain, if you are a realized person, there will be a FIR reduction. FIR is not the first information report. What is FIR reduction? The frequency of the pain, the intensity, I would rather say that the frequency of suffering, because that which is a resistance to pain or feeling that this should not have happened. The intensity and the recovery period will be reduced a lot. Suppose you are suffering once in a week or once in a day, now the frequency will be less. It will be once in a 10 days, once in a month or so. Earlier the intensity period was very severe, now it would not be so. You will say, what? Then you will say, so what? Then the recovery period will be very fast. Because you appreciate and understand this is a natural law. And also the pain, if you know the law of karma and take responsibility for the outcome of whatever happening to you, because it's because of your own action done in the past, then you will be more responsible. You will not blame others. When you resist only, you will blame others. When you accept it, you will be a possibility thinker. You will think of a solution. Everything happening to us because of our own act, knowingly or unknowingly. And that is a learning. That is life. Life is the best teacher. And if you don't want to have any pain, only people in the graveyard will not have a pain. So we should be lucky to say that, yes, I am alive. Yes, pain comes. It is an unpleasant event. But we can learn from that. We can learn from that and we can take responsibility for that. And we can take appropriate action. Go to the doctor, take medicines, okay, and learn from that very, very importantly. See, I wanted to quote something from Thirukkural, what he talks about pain. Very interesting. That's why I thought I'll tell you. The pain you inflict on others in the morning will come back at you on its own by evening. Many times the pain we inflict on others will come back to us. So we need to understand that why it has come, whom I have inflicted, we have to learn from that. Then the wound that is made by fire will heal, but the wound that is made by tongue will never heal. We should never hurt by our words. We should never talk ill of anybody, to them or to others also. right? That hurts, right? Then enduring pain than retaliating is a sign of wisdom and strength. If somebody has inflicted pain, you have two choices: endure that or you retaliate. But if you retaliate, you are not wise because the cycle is going to continue. Okay? And that is not a strength from the point of strength. It's a point of weakness only we do it. The guy was helpless and he did something. Probably I need to understand that what made him to do that. Maybe if you understand him well, you would have gained a friend for your lifetime. Those who learn from their experience with pain rather than being consumed by them are more likely to succeed in life. I'll give an example. You go to gym, right? So suppose you are able to carry only 10 kilos. Okay, when you lift 11 kilo or 12 kilo, it pains, right? But if you do it regularly, you develop a beautiful muscle. Then you are comfortable with 15 kilo and 20 kilo. Once you are comfortable with 15 or 20 kilos, 10 kilo is very easy for you, right? So you develop the muscle, the pain will also teach you to take situations, handle the situation for better. So what does a man gain from his own wisdom if he does not consider others' pain as his own? We need to learn not only from our own pain, from others' pain, and help them out, right? That's very important. Then a person who has, what is very important is, in Bhagavad Gita, he says, what is the solution? One of the best solution is get into spirituality. Understand your true nature. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 40, Krishna says that, Na iha abhikrama nashakasti pratyavayo na vidyate solpamapi asya dharmasya trayate mahato bayat. If you learn our true nature, if you put efforts towards spirituality, it will never go waste. It will not have any adverse effect. Even the efforts is very little, it will help us to go away or move, any fear or any pain. So spirituality is the best way. And one more thing is our expectations. Many times our expectations create a lot of disappointment and create a lot of mental pain, right? Our expectation has to be reasonable, because if you don't get what you expect, then it results into disappointment. Why? The expectation has to be sensible and reasonable. We think that the particular thing should happen in a particular way rather than what we want. We want something and also in a particular manner. That it cannot happen all the time, because there are various possibilities of attaining something by different means. We need to understand. There is a beautiful Subhashitam talks about that. A person who doesn't have any money, 100 rupees will satisfy him. But once you give him 100 rupees, the person wants 1,000 rupees. The 1,000 rupees guy wants Lakshadipati. The Lakshadipati wants to become the ruler of the earth. And the ruler of the earth want to become an emperor, Chakravarti. The Chakravarti wants to become Indra. The Indra wants to become Brahma. The Brahma wants to become Vishnu. Vishnu wants to become Shiva. There is no limit for our desire. Nobody has achieved the limit. There's a beautiful Subhashitam on that. So let us conclude like this. Pain is functional and pain is necessary. But for our mother's labor pain, we would not be here today, right? Second, pain is a great teacher. Whatever good things we have today in our life is because pain has taught something to us. Third thing is, pain is inevitable. So long as you have body, you have pain. You may be a jnani, okay? But the suffering is optional. You can have pain without suffering. Spirituality is the best way to understand your true nature and handle the pain in a better way. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I am sure this posting is of some use, and please pass it on to your friends, okay? So, and this sharing of knowledge definitely gives us more information and strength to handle pain. The next time pain it comes, We will take responsibility because of law of karma. Whatever I get, the result is because of my own action, maybe done now or in the past. So we take responsibility. Once we take responsibility, we don't blame others. And once we take responsibility, we become a possibility thinker. Once we become a possibility thinker, we think of various solutions and we take the appropriate action. There lies the solution, rather than keep on gripping about it or blaming about it. So thank you very much for this opportunity. We'll be in touch soon. Thank you.